Hey everyone, welcome back.
In today's video, we're sharing our tips we learned in December 2025 for launching and boating on the beautiful Lake Powell in Utah and Arizona.
We'll be covering boating requirements for launching from two main marinas, Wahweap and Antelope.
Safe navigation routes from Wahweap Marina to Glen Canyon Dam, Antelope Point Marina to Antelope Canyon and Rainbow Bridge.
We'll also go over the mussel awareness course and inspection processes in place to help prevent the spread of the invasive quagga mussels to other lakes.
We've included maps for each section with timestamps so you can skip ahead to the section you're planning on boating.
We hope this info helps you enjoy the epic red rock canyons and clear waters worry-free if you're planning on boating Lake Powell in 2026.
Sit back, relax, and here we go.
Welcome to Drone Hypnotics. I'm Kelby.
I'm Courtney.
We're a married couple who quit our 9-to-5s and are traveling full-time in our off-grid travel trailer.
Join us as we set out in search of beauty and hidden histories of the most iconic landscapes in the western U.S. region.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Here we go.
On day one, we launched our Pathfinder from Wahweap Marina, one of the main spots for easier access to Glen Canyon Dam in the main part of Lake Powell.
Before launching any watercraft here, including motorized boats, kayaks, paddleboards, or anything that floats, you will need to complete the annual Utah Mussel-Aware Boater Education course. It's free online through the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources and mandatory for anyone, residents and non-residents alike.
For motorized boats, we did also have to enroll in the Utah AIS program and pay the annual vessel fee, which is $20 for Utah residents and $25 for non-residents. Since Lake Powell sits in Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, you will need an NPS vessel pass for a day trip to launch the boat. The weekly fee starts at $30 for boats 26 feet and under, tiered higher for larger vessels. You can buy it online at pay.gov or at entrance stations.
Wahweap's launch ramp is massive, multi-laned and great for all boat sizes. The National Park Service was actually there assessing the boat ramp when we were there launching, as it appears to be nearing the end of its viability without an extension.
So to be sure, check current lake levels as ramps adjust seasonally. Lake Powell was at 3,543 feet above sea level, which is about 27% full as of December 2025 when we launched.
Out on the water, navigation is key. Stay between the red and green buoys for safe channels.
As you leave Wahweap through the initial canyon heading towards the main lake outbound, keep green buoys on your right, starboard, and red on your left, port side. Standard red right returning, but it's reversed here since you're heading away from the dam initially.
Once you exit that canyon and enter the main body headed north, up lake toward the dam, the markers switch to the standard upstream rule, green on your left port and red on your right starboard when proceeding up lake.
Red nun buoys mark the right side, green can buoys the left. Stick to the channel, especially in narrow spots or side canyons that can get shallow.
Those numbered buoys show approximate mileage from the dam. Super useful for orientation. If you're new, stay in the main channel to avoid hazards and follow the no wake zone buoys to keep everyone safe in these narrow, busy channels.
Here we passed the Antelope Point launch ramp as we were approaching Antelope Point Marina from Glen Canyon Dam. This ramp is obviously closed, but Antelope Point Marina is still offering Valet boat launch service on the other side, which we'll cover in the next section.
Lake Powell is a houseboat haven. Check out all these yachts.
We were absolutely blown away and couldn't help but to think where all these big boats are going to go if the lake continues to drop and the ramps become inaccessible.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. Are they going to move all these big boats to Lake Mead, or are they going to keep extending the existing boat ramps?
After checking out Glen Canyon Dam and the Antelope Point Marina, the sun was dropping quick. It was 50 degrees, so we jetted back over to Wahweap to end day one. We launched around noon and were easily able to see all of this going around 30 to 50 miles per hour.
Lake Powell has a strict inspection process to follow when retrieving your vessel from the lake.
The clean, drain, and dry process.
You'll have to clean off all mud, plants, and animals, including microscopic mussel larvae, drain every compartment, bilge, live wells, engine cooling, remove plugs, and dry thoroughly.
Exit inspections are required during station hours, and it's required by law to protect other waters from quagga mussels.
There are two options to comply with the quagga mussel requirements. One is clean, drain, and dry like you see us doing here, plus wait the required dry time.
You cannot launch in a different fresh body of water for a certain period of time, 7, 14, 30 days, just depending on the season and type of boat that you have.
However, if you're coming back the next day and launching in the same body of water like Lake Powell, you don't have to wait. It only applies to a new body of water.
Option 2 is to have it professionally decontaminated for free on site, which is essentially running extremely hot water through it, a service that they will provide for free. Availability and hours may be limited in peak season or off season, so plan accordingly.
You will need to go with option 2 if you are planning to go launch at somewhere like Lee's Ferry on the Colorado River or another lake nearby.
DWR informed us that state inspection centers ran by their DOT departments may also offer these professional decontamination services as well.
This is where you will get the inspection done where you saw us enter earlier. To enter, they do a quick check and ask if you had previous inspection or decon, etc.
Another awesome launch spot is Antelope Point Marina in a deep main channel for easier navigation and less congestion.
Historically, they had a public launch ramp with 6 lanes that is closed now due to low water levels.
There was a convenient valet launch service when we visited. They handle launching and retrieval for you. It was $50 for our standard truck and boat setup, $105 for larger like Freightliner setups.
You will have to call ahead to schedule, especially on the weekends.
It is first come and first served with no reservations.
The marina offers fuel dock, pump out services, boat repair, dry storage, wet slips, and even more.
It's home to impressive yachts and houseboats, many kept here year-round.
There's even the world's largest floating restaurant with harbor views, plus a market and snacks.
Valet gives you a 30 to 90 minute head start up lake, perfect for reaching spots faster and skipping crowded public ramps. This was critical for our run up to Rainbow Bridge as there wasn't another marina or gas fueling station between here and there. Dangling Rope Marina is no longer operational.
From Antelope Point, we headed north to Navajo Canyon and then up towards Rainbow Bridge.
Stunning red rock walls and clear water the entire way.
Self-service is spotty on the lake, mostly none in the deep canyons. Some if you can see Navajo Mountain, but we do recommend downloading offline maps and telling someone your plans before headed out.
We brought our Starlink for emergency backup communications during our trip.
Bring plenty of food, water, extra fuel, sunscreen, and layers. Weather changes fast with afternoon winds and storms.
Check lake levels and forecasts before heading out always.
Safety first, always have life jackets, watch for sudden storms, duck into a canyon if needed, no boating at night, and follow no wake in narrow areas.
Rainbow Bridge National Monument, the world's largest natural bridge, is sacred to Navajo and other tribes.
For full details visiting Rainbow Bridge, including rules, the hike, the experience, check out our separate video. It's 30 minutes long. We just released it. It's packed with everything you need.
We were able to see just the start of Navajo Canyon and get all the way to Rainbow Bridge and back to conclude day 2. We launched at around 10:30 a.m. and got picked up around 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is their cutoff for valet services, so make sure you plan your trip accordingly.
For RV stays with your boat, there are 2 spots we recommend near Page that work great for us.
First was Beehive Campground in Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, a primitive campsite, $14 per night, max 3 nights.
The other was Page Lake Powell Campground. Friendly staff, lots of options including RV sites with full hookups, plus unique stays in tiny homes and carriage-style mini homes.
We paid $55 per night total.
Thanks for watching our Lake Powell boating guide. If this helped your trip planning, be sure to like the video.
And subscribe for more adventures. We've got tons coming on the iconic landscapes of the western U.S. region.
We'll see you in the next one.